Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is D. Anthony with Evolution Traders. Now, today I wasn't too active in the market, and not because I didn't want to trade, but because realistically, besides that initial washout off the open, and then the run up that we kind of had going into the close, the market for me wasn't doing enough, right? So I want to kind of spread a message to kind of help newer traders identify, maybe when to stay out of the market, when to kind of put your foot on the gas, and, when you should size down and when you should, look to take profits sooner, right? So the thing with trading is you never know which day you're going to get. Are you going to get a raging bull market day? Are you going to get an amazing washout into supply or into support kind of day where the bears are in full control? Or are you going to get kind of an inside day, right? Where the day is a little bit more choppy, quote unquote, what a lot of retail traders like to say, more of a distribution day, more of an inside bar day, right? That's the correct terminology. Now, the market is healthy, okay? There's nothing going on with the market. This is what the market is going to do. It's going to digest big moves, okay? So before I get into this 5-minute time frame, let me show you exactly what I'm talking about. So if you notice the 19th of January and notice the 18th, this is when we started the breakout. The 19th, we have a big push higher. We put in this kind of blow off top at 17,585, and now we're kind of just hanging out. So we're going through and building a little bit of a bull flag, okay, a little bit of a holding pattern here. And, that's clearly obvious if you kind of look at today's price action, right? So if you look at today's price action, I didn't take any significant trades because I missed the washout off the open. So what I was then doing is marking out the first hour lows, right? Those first hour lows is going to be here, this black dotted line that you see. And then what I marked out was this overnight session high. Okay. So notice here, I put this black dotted line. So what is happening is I'm creating a little bit of a range. Okay. This being the bottom of the range, chopping up to the, to the middle portion of this range towards its 20 SMA, coming back down, putting in a little bit of a higher low, followed by some more continuation chop, followed by a new little low, okay? And then a bounce, then another, higher low. And then finally, we start to kind of grind higher into the open. So for me, and something that I want to kind of spread to you guys is this, the message that I want to really emphasize, because there's not a whole lot of setups here. Like, was there setups? 100%. Like, could you have caught this setup here at the 20 SMA play right off the bell, scalp that short? Sure. Okay. Could you have, taken this potential 20 SMA play long and got stopped out here for a loss? Yes. Could you have taken this one, got stopped out for a loss? Yes. Could you have taken this one and taken it for a win? Yes. Could you have taken this one and got stopped out maybe, or maybe you were using a 1-bar stop system, kind of held on and maybe took profits? Sure. Could you have taken this one? Sure. Could you have taken this one? Sure. Right? So you can see that there was plays here, but the range is very small. So for me personally, okay, my range, my time frame that I like to trade is here. This is my sweet spot. Okay. This is market open until going into middle of lunch hour. Okay. So from the time the market opens to when we're about going into New York lunch hour and coming out of it, depending on how the price action is doing, this is my sweet spot. Okay. This is my sweet spot. So if I notice that we put in a low and I notice we haven't taken out overnight session highs, well, now I've got this range you can see, right? Notice this range. Okay. I can't take any trades until we break out to the long side. I can't take any trades until we break out to the short side. So guess what ends up happening to a trader like me? I'm not chasing this move here. I'm not chasing this move here. I'm not chasing this move. I'm not chasing this. I'm not chasing this. I'm not chasing this. I'm not even chasing the end of the day run up. Why? Because I never got outside my range. Okay. I never got outside the range. Now, it's easier said than done, but it does come with a level of experience, and it comes with a level of experience of watching the markets, because as soon as you see this opening print, right, you see this opening washout, you have to mark out those lows. That's going to be the first hour lows. You have to mark them out. Okay. Then you need to see what is the first hour highs. Okay. First hour highs is going to be here. Well, notice how we have this overnight session highs here, right? So this is going to act as a little bit more of a resistance. So for me, do I want to get long here and potentially get stopped out here? Of course not. So I'm going to mark out these overnight session highs, and I'm going to mark out the first hour lows. Until we make a move outside of that, I can't take a trade. Now, again, remember what I said, my sweet spot for making money in the markets is typically within the first 2 hours, 3 hours max. Now, if I don't get a setup, there's no harm, there's no foul. The market's going to be open tomorrow. The market's going to be open again the next day. It's going to be open again the week after, and the month after, and the year after, and so forth and so forth. So I'm not missing out on anything. But I don't want traders to get kind of chopped up just because, you know, you showed up to work today. Well, guess what? In trading, sometimes we show up to work and we don't make any money. Sometimes we show up to work and there's nothing for us to do. Sometimes we show up to work and we actually lose money when we show up to work. So again, what's ingrained into a lot of people is that, well, if I'm showing up to work, I need to get paid. If I'm showing up to work, I need to be doing something. That's the mentality of your normal 9 to 5, of, you know, the school system, of, you know, college, of high school, of, you know, of a normal 9 to 5. Like, that's what we are taught to do. If we're going to show up somewhere and we're going to work, we need to get compensated for it, or we need to be working towards something. And a lot of people don't understand that in trading, this is a waiting game. And unless something happens where it aligns with what we are looking for, we don't do anything. And that just so happens to be that some days we make $0. And sometimes when we do get those setups, sometimes we actually lose money. But a lot more times, as long as you're patient and you kind of, you know, get familiar with what you're doing, more times than not, you're going to make money by just following your system. So for me, I didn't really have a lot going. The only thing that I would have liked to take, and I just wasn't looking at the chart, was this flush. Okay. Why? Because if I just kind of look here, what was going on in the pre-market, we had a nice little, you know, price action that was trading above the 20 SMA, and then we lost this 20 SMA, and then as the market opened, we got a big washout. I just didn't catch it. I just wasn't on the screens. I just wasn't ready for the particular move. So once it made this big move, I had nothing else left to do besides wait for the first hour to confirm those lows or confirm those highs. So until that happened, I had to just force myself to sit on my hands. And again, I'm a human being, and I also have a life outside of this, even though, yes, this is my job to do trading and to make money in the markets, but I also understand that it's also my job to protect my money. And if I know that more times than not, I make all of my money in this box, but I'm not getting a setup in my time frame, why am I going to sit here and force myself to trade, right? There's nothing else to do. I went out and played some golf today, and I'll come back and I'll try to catch something tomorrow. It is what it is. Like, there's nothing else I can do about it. So that's the message, and that's the moral of the story. Now, again, does that mean that you couldn't have made some money, you know, taking a bounce here and playing the range, bouncing it back up, playing the range, shorting it back down? Of course you could have. Of course. I had a lot of guys in Evolution Traders today who actually finished the day very, very profitable. Congratulations to Biggs. Congratulations to Shifting Gears, another $600 in your funded accounts with Apex. Congratulations to Burks. There's a lot of people that were making money today. But again, if it aligns with what you're looking for, then go for it, right? Go for it. Just understand that the day was in a range, and that if it didn't go your way, don't get all, you know, pissed drunk on it. Just understand that, hey, you know what? It was an inside bar day and there really wasn't nothing for me to do. And I understand why I got stopped out. So I just wanted to pass that message along to you guys. And again, I hope you guys stayed protective today. Hope you guys are all ready to trade tomorrow. Let's see if we get some better price action tomorrow. It looks like we might be getting a little bit better price action tomorrow, whether it's to the long side or to the downside. But again, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. If you guys would like to trade with me and the team each and every single day live and get access to all of the coursework and the study guides and the strategies and the mentorship, make sure you guys sign up with the link down below in the description box at Evolution Traders, and I'll catch you guys all in the next video.